He was returned 3 times. 3 families said the same thing: too broken, too far gone, too much to look at. The shelter gave him a yellow tag and quietly stopped hoping. Then a 5-year-old sat down on the floor in front of his kennel, crossed her legs, and didn't move. What happened over the next 10 weeks will change everything you think you know about what broken really means. The first family returned him after 4 days. They said he wouldn't come out from behind the washing machine. The second family lasted 9 days. The third didn't make it through the first night. They said he sat in the corner of the kitchen and stared at the wall for 6 hours, and that it was, in their words, too much to look at. Bruno came back to Cloveridge Rescue for the 3rd time on a Wednesday morning. The intake worker, a woman named Carol who had worked there for 11 years, wrote 3 words in his file: "Won't trust anyone." Then she put a yellow tag on his kennel. Yellow meant handle with patience. It also meant don't get your hopes up. He was 4 years old. He had spent 14 months being returned, and somewhere in those 14 months, something inside him had quietly closed. He stopped eating unless the room was empty. He stopped making eye contact. When staff came to clean his kennel, he would press himself into the back corner, head low, body rigid, and wait for it to be over. He wasn't aggressive. He was something harder to fix than aggressive. He was completely, utterly convinced that nothing good was coming. Carol started sitting outside his kennel on her lunch breaks, not talking, not reaching in, just sitting. After 3 weeks, Bruno started sitting facing her direction. She told nobody. She was afraid to jinx it. The Harmon family came in on a Saturday in October. Tom was 41, a teacher. Jenny worked from home. And then there was Lily. Lily was 5 years old, blonde, and completely incapable of walking past anything sad without stopping. Tom and Jenny had told her the rules. Don't run, don't shout, let the dogs come to you. Lily had nodded seriously at each instruction, with the expression of a child who understood rules and also had her own ideas about them. She made it past 11 kennels before she stopped. Bruno was in his corner, head down, not looking at anything. The yellow tag was on the door. "He's sad," Lily said. "Tom, some dogs need more time, Bug," Tom said. "Let's keep looking." Lily didn't move. She sat down on the floor, cross-legged in front of his kennel, not touching the bars, not reaching in, just sitting, and looked at him with the patient attention of someone who had absolutely nowhere else to be. Bruno didn't move for a long time. Then one ear rotated slightly in her direction. "We'll take him," Lily said. Jenny looked at Tom. Tom looked at the yellow tag. Tom looked at Carol, who had appeared from nowhere, watching with the expression of someone trying very hard not to say anything. Carol said carefully, "He has some history. We have some patience," Jenny said. They signed the paperwork an hour later. Carol didn't cry until they pulled out of the parking lot. The first week was quiet, in a way that felt fragile. Bruno moved through the house like he was expecting the floor to give way, slowly, carefully, always with one eye on the nearest exit. He ate only when the kitchen was empty. He slept in the hallway, never fully in a room, like he hadn't decided yet if he was allowed to stay. Lily respected all of this without being asked. She didn't chase him, she didn't try to pet him, she simply existed near him, sitting on the floor while he stood in the doorway, reading in the hallway where he slept, eating her snack 3 feet from his water bowl without looking at him directly, just close enough to be noticed, far enough to be safe. On the 9th day, Bruno walked into the living room while Lily was drawing and lay down 6 feet away, not touching anything, just in the same room. Lily kept drawing. She didn't say a word. Tom watched from the kitchen doorway and didn't move for 20 minutes. Some stories are too good to keep to yourself. He developed a complex relationship with Lily's markers. He became convinced they were a personal threat and carried them one by one to his corner of the hallway. Lily started leaving markers near his water bowl as offerings. By week 3, Bruno had 41 markers and the satisfied expression of a dog who had achieved something meaningful. Then there was the blanket situation. Bruno claimed a specific green blanket from the couch. not dramatically, just gradually, the way water claims low ground. One morning, Lily found him sleeping on it, chin resting on the edge like a king surveying his territory. She got another blanket, lay down next to him on the floor, and went back to sleep. Jenny found them like that at 7 a.m. and stood in the doorway for a full minute before making coffee. Still here and haven't subscribed? That honestly breaks my heart a little. Hit that button, you'll want to see what's coming. By the second month, Bruno started eating before the room was empty. He started appearing wherever Lily was, not close, but present. The first time he let her touch him was a Thursday evening in November. Lily was sitting on the floor next to his blanket, drawing in her sketchbook. Bruno walked over, stood beside her for a moment, then lowered his enormous wrinkled head and placed it in her lap. Lily went completely still. She slowly, carefully placed one hand on the side of his face. Bruno closed his eyes. Jenny was watching from the hallway. She went to find Tom. Neither of them said anything. They just stood in the doorway together and watched. It was a Friday night in December, 10 weeks after Bruno came home. Lily was asleep. Bruno was doing his rounds. Lily's door, Tom's office, front door, kitchen, back to Lily's door. At 11:23 p.m., he didn't settle. He stood outside Lily's door and whined, soft, low, insistent. Tom heard it and came downstairs. Bruno was still at the door, shifting his weight, nose working the gap at the bottom. Tom opened the door. The room smelled wrong. The space heater had malfunctioned, not smoking yet, but the plastic casing was hot to the touch, and the air had the dry electrical smell of something about to go wrong. Tom unplugged it, carried it outside, opened the window. His hands were steady. They didn't stop shaking until he was back in the hallway. Bruno was sitting outside Lily's door, facing out, the same position as his kennel corner, but different now, not hiding, guarding. Tom sat down on the floor next to him, and Bruno leaned his massive head against Tom's arm and exhaled. "You're not broken," he said quietly. "You never were." Bruno closed his eyes. Today, Bruno is 6. He sleeps on the green blanket every night, Lily's blanket next to his, close enough to touch. He still makes his rounds, he still carries markers to his corner, the collection now 73 strong. He eats with the family now, bowl in the kitchen, room full, tail moving slow and steady. Carol got a photo in the mail last month, Bruno and Lily on the couch, her head on his side, both asleep. On the back, in 5-year-old handwriting, "He's not broken anymore." Some things can't be trained. Some things can only be waited for, with enough patience, enough quiet, and one little girl who refused to walk away. Was Bruno broken, or was he just waiting for someone who wouldn't give up? Tell me in the comments.